I think when we won the bid in Singapore, the enormity of what we'd just achieved, both in terms of winning the bid and what we then had to deliver, struck us very quickly. And I remember sitting in the airport at Singapore with Lord Coe, and he had a list on a piece of paper in front of him of all the great British companies that he wanted to get involved in the delivery of 2012, and Deloitte was right in amongst it.
It was straight into that excitement and journey towards London 2012 actually happening, and to tell you the truth, it's a whirlwind.
And it was under a multitude of spotlights. Everybody's looking at every single aspect of planning and delivery.
We grow to 1,000 people during a game's time operation, so you suddenly supersize. You've all got to rely on each other to deliver the elements that you're responsible for.
There are some incredible people who work at Deloitte who bring a different perspective to any challenge, but also tackle a challenge at 100 miles an hour, which is often what you need when you're trying to plan things that are ever changing and ever evolving.
I had this dangling carrot of would I compete at 2012, which I couldn't do, and then found myself right at the heart of creating this team, becoming part of this team, influencing the plans around sports at the games, and then, of course, going to the games themselves.
I think London was one of those games that, happens once in a generation. I feel really privileged that I got to compete at home games.
If it wasn't for 2012, I don't know if I'd be an athlete today, just because that was the very beginning.
The real thing that brought everything home was when the games had finished, and I did a few school visits, and I went in to see some primary pupils, and they were just in awe of all of the athletes, as if they were kind of superstars, rock stars. That was the power of London 2012.
Standing there, experiencing it as a 16-year-old volunteer to now doing it as a career and a job, I have to pinch myself sometimes. It's a dream come true.
Team GB had this fantastic outing in London. It had come third. How on earth did we better that?
The whole UK sports system had this obsession with becoming the first nation to win more medals after a home game.
And the systems that Deloitte have been able to implement with us have allowed us to bring together the complexities of a number of different sports, a large athlete body of 370, and actually deliver for the athletes and give each and every one of those the very best chance of winning a gold medal when they compete.
We looked ahead to Rio and what could be achieved there. The mindset is very much, if we focus on creating everything for these athletes, they are going to go and deliver.
It got to a point towards the end of the last week in Rio where we were winning medals all the time.
And the more they kept coming back, the more you could see the team just believe that this was something special happening. They absolutely went and delivered, and we couldn't have been more proud of them.
Any competition that I have and anything I go through is sort of lessons that will teach me to become, one of the best athletes that I can be.
If you're going to build a resilient organisation, you need to continually refresh and change what you do. And that's people, processes, systems, technology, whatever it is.
I think the most exciting thing and impressive thing about the Deloitte relationship is it's stood the test of time. Both parties have a role to play in supporting each other.
This partnership has worked because of the individual consultants who've come into this organisation and just become part of the team, but delivered more than we would be able to deliver on our own. And that's exciting. It's been a proper, in-depth partnership driven by people who all get on very well and are like-minded, and therefore it's worked.
This organisation has to be all about delivering for Team GB athletes and making sure that, as I said, that they're front and central of absolutely everything we do. And there's no doubt that the partnership that Deloitte has had with British Olympic sport has played a huge, I would say, key driving role in the success that we've had in those last 2 decades.